Hello, I'm Evocable Object 4, and today we will be playing Wounded by Words. Let's start this game. English, my good sir. I think I'll always remember that day, even if I had lived more through more perilous situations. This one held a special place in my heart. I remember everything so vividly because it was a human experience, and an unconventional one at that. Just like war, actually. Maybe it left a mark on me precisely because it reminded me of the war, of the pain, of the hopelessness. And also because it made me feel useful again. I thought I could help people, that I could be a functional human being again. But that may have been foolish of me. One can never return from hell. After all, never. Even so, I remember that day as a moment of hope. I tried to cling to that, convincing myself it was my last chance. Was it all in vain? I. I had an import. I had an appointment with the doctor afternoon that day. I knew it would be unpleasant. He told me the same thing as usual, that I had to make an effort for my treatment to work. I couldn't care less. I didn't believe in its effectiveness. I truly thought it was a lost cause. At that time, his words were painful, and I couldn't escape them. I took a stroll in order to occupy my mind, and somehow I ended up at the shopping center. There were people everywhere, talking, walking, kissing, laughing. The crowd was lively, too lively for me. I had barely taken a few steps, and I already felt dizzy. I felt tired, so tired. Hearing the voices of these people living their daily life, happily without a doubt, was breaking my heart even further. I didn't belong here, among the normal, among the humans. I didn't fit in this picture of joyful couples and families. But I couldn't stop hearing the voices, laughing louder and louder. I couldn't understand a thing, but I was already fighting to escape those words. I was there, walking slowly, trying to ignore my terrible headache, when a deafening sound broke through my thoughts. I heard an explosion, and the walls began to shake as the windows blew up into tiny pieces. There were screams, people panicking, running in every direction, rushing towards the exit. I could see clearly. I could clearly see the fear in their eyes, their failure to grasp what was going on. The ceiling was crumbling, increasing the panic. At that moment, they were all wild animals, and soon enough, they became aggressive. I was tired, so very tired, and my head ached so badly that I was too slow to react. I was knocked over, trampled by the hysterical crowd, my field of vision blurred. The last thing I heard before getting hit by a collapsing rock was yet another explosion. Then everything went black. After I snapped out of it, all I could see was pitch black. There was a strong smell, dust particles. But I could feel a presence next to me. I wasn't alone. Ah, you're finally awake. As I opened my eyes wide, I saw a distant silhouette in the darkness. Given the tone of voice, this person seemed to be an old lady. I was afraid your injury would be more serious. Thank goodness you're okay. Where are we? I wish I could tell you, young lady. I think we've fallen from the ground floor. We must be on the lower ground floor. How did we manage to fall exactly? Well, it's a long story. You were hit by a stone. Do you remember? Yes, I do. What happened after? I saw you pass out and I couldn't leave you there in that pitiful state. Not when there were people walking over your unconscious body. I tried to slap you awake, and you did open your eyes a bit, but I could clearly see that you were only half conscious. By the way, this music's very interesting for this moment. Kind of reminds me of Ace Attorney a little bit. So I pulled you back up and leaned you against my shoulder to help you walk. Since we were as slow as snails, it was near impossible to get away when the ground collapsed beneath us. Do you feel a bit better now? That rock must have stunned you. Wait, you pulled me back up to save me from staring death in the face? I don't know what to say. I mean, you didn't have to. You could have escaped on your own. You don't owe me. You don't owe me anything. Why did you bother saving me when you were in danger too? That young lady is my duty. I want to help as many people as I can. And please, don't thank me. I don't do that for a pat on the back. Just get better. That's all I can ask. If that's all you ask for, I can't decline. But everything seems okay. I just feel a bit numb. That's a relief. Well, we're lucky that none of us got any major injuries during that fall. Now, it'd be even better if we could get out of here. I don't know about you, but I don't particularly like dark rooms, and this place isn't welcoming either. Since it's pitch black, we had to be cautious and not do anything reckless. Let's see. After feeling around in the darkness carefully, I came to a conclusion. Madam, I think I've figured out the situation. We're actually between two floors. That's why it's so dark. The bad news is, I don't know how long this platform will hold. I think it's safe to assume it's not the most stable piece of ground. Just as I finished talking, a grinding noise confirmed my theory. I felt the platform shake a bit. It might fall down at any moment. It smells like trouble. What do we do now? Any ideas? I thought deeply while looking around. There was nothing to the right or left, only a frail pile of intertwined junk and pieces of what previously used to be the ground. It appeared that they were the only things keeping the platform from falling. It was impossible to climb onto a broken pillar because of the smooth marble, and there was no sign of light above it anyways. It would have been too dangerous to jump blindly. Let me turn down the music a little bit. I decided to look down as well, just to be sure, and knelt. Now that I was used to the darkness, I could see light right under the platform, the lower ground floor. In all likelihood, I pointed it out to the old lady. I think the lower ground floor is just here. We could jump and try to find the exit from there. We're not that high up. I don't think we'd get hurt. What if the platform falls on us? We'll just have to be quick. If you think it's safer than staying here, I'll do as you say. Feeling that the unsteady platform was slowly inclining and creaking more and more, I sat down and went first, hoping that the landing wouldn't be too violent. Surprisingly, a bunch of rubble softened my fall, and I landed perfectly. There was a corridor and some people looking at me with surprise. A mother and her child. As encouraging as seeing other faces was, I had to focus on my companion first. Madam, you go ahead. It's safe. There are other people down here. Roger! Here I come. Catch me. The old woman jumped as well. Uh, Give me a second. The old woman jumped as well. Mission accomplished. Maybe we can leave now? A woman in her 30s approached us with her child who was hiding behind her, and she told us with a calm voice, "I'm afraid I'll have to let you down, because there's no way out here. We're trapped as well." "Are you sure?" As I was about to ask the stranger for more information, I heard a voice calling for help nearby. Everyone looked in the same direction. There was a door leading to the bathroom at the end of the hallway. Without a second thought, I rushed in, followed by the woman I just met. A large pile of rubber. There's no way I can dig through this, so the exit is completely sealed. At least some of the lights are working. It's better than being in the dark. I just hope we'll still have electricity a while longer. Another pile of debris. Strange. I'd swear I heard a faint sound down there. Not the people's. The woman's child, who's unbelievably quiet. I wish all children would be like that. Taking the bus might even be pleasant. He seems to avoid my gaze. I wonder if I'm scaring him. Let's see. What's up here? The hole where we came from. We can't climb back there now, even if we wanted to. The hole sounds strangely... Okay. Let's see, this light. Those lights don't work anymore. Actually, it's a wonder not all of them are broken. The ground has been slightly damaged. At least we can't be lower than we are right now. I think it's safe to assume this door leads to the bathroom. Alright. The mirror is dirty but still intact. I really don't want to look at myself right now. Most of the lights are working. I guess we won't be going to the restroom in the dark. Some of the toilets have been destroyed, but we still have 2 or 3 left. That's good news since we'll need to use the bathroom at some point. Just like in the hallway, there's debris here too. This part of the wall has fallen apart. The taps aren't working. There might be a leak somewhere. We'll have to be careful. When we entered the bathroom, we immediately noticed a young man lying on the floor. He looked like a teenager and seemed embarrassed. I understood why. There was a wheelchair next to him, stuck under a rock. He must have been crawling in order to retrieve it. How troublesome. Don't worry, we'll put it back in place. Thanks. It's not working as well as before, but it's better than nothing. Not having anything else to do in the damaged bathroom, we decided to go back to the hallway. Nice to meet you all. The more the merrier, I say. We should be happy about the fact that we're still alive right now. Maybe now is a good time for introductions? Well, At that exact moment, there was a strange sound. The sound of scratching and coughing. We all turned back to see what it was, and suddenly a human hand emerged from a pile of debris. Oh, okay. Uh, w- We all cringed simultaneously. My heart beat faster. Could it be? The hand cleared out of the stones as it made its way out. A man got out of the ruins and dusted himself off. We were made speechless by his appearance. Phew, close call. Well, high five for surviving, man. Awesome. Hello there. May I know where this is? You're on the lower floor. And may we know what you were doing out there? I was unconscious under this pile of junk. I just woke up after hearing your voices, but couldn't tell where I was. I saw a light, and here I am. I guess now is a good time for introductions, unless there's another one hidden somewhere else, but I doubt it. I'm Aline, retired, 73 years old, and still kicking. I was about to go shopping when this thing occurred. Everyone was screaming and jostling around, and I saw this young lady on the floor, getting walked over by this beast, and I gave her a hand. As we were slowly escaping, the ground shifted right under our feet, and here we are. Agath, retired Army officer, 28. I was passing through the shopping center for a little walk, and you already know the rest. Gabriel, 19, student. I was idling around and went to one of the only wheelchair accessible bathrooms. I heard a commotion outside, but I had to take my time getting back out. Then a part of the wall collapsed near me as I was getting out, and the impact ejected me out of my wheelchair. I passed out, and you helped me get back on track just after I woke up. I'm Alicia, 34, and I have too many jobs right now to count. Let's say cashier and cleaner for now. My son Hanson right here slipped away from me while I was trying to get out of the shopping center. I had to look for him right in the middle of the commotion. I found him here. I guess it was the quietest place at the moment, hence why he chose to take shelter. He hates crowds and noise. Anyways, as soon as I reached him, the walls right here collapsed, and the way out was closed off. We took some time to calm down, and that's when you came in. As for me, I'm Dave, 47 years old. I'm the director of a departmental team at the local public service corporation. We work for the common good. Our office is located on this floor, and I was actually sleeping in mine when the alarm rang out. It's a bit embarrassing, but I assure you, it's not because I was partying the night before or anything like that. I'm just currently really busy with new files coming out of nowhere. I haven't slept much lately. I couldn't help but fall asleep on my desk. I got trapped in the office since nobody came to see me. They must have all thought I already got out. To be honest, I didn't fully understand what was going on. When the wall collapsed on me, I was knocked out, but fortunately, that allowed me to join up with you. I take it that none of our cell phones work. The teenager, the woman, and the salesman all sighed in unison. No signal. We're underground after all, and if the building has really fallen down on itself, it's no surprise. Does anyone know what actually happened? Was it an earthquake? Strange earthquake, then. I didn't feel the ground move under my wheels at all. I'd say it was a terrorist attack. A terrorist attack? Yes, I'm pretty sure it is. A small group recently threatened this exact shopping center, saying that they wanted to lash out at a symbol of capitalism in our country. Considering that this center is a big economic landmark for the city, it wouldn't be surprising. You seem knowledgeable about these things. Well, I was in the army after all. I had to handle many difficult situations during my missions, and I was frequently in contact with other units. So what is your opinion of our situation right now? Do you think we have Do you think we have a chance of escaping? Well, I examined the place a bit earlier, so here are my thoughts. Firstly, it's a miracle that all of us have reached a place as large as this one. Usually, people trapped underground by something like an earthquake are stuck in a much narrower tunnel. So they can't even move or stand up. Plus, they usually get little light, and that Plus, they get little light and no means of taking care of themselves. Here we have fully functional toilets, and some of the lights are still working. Not sure they'll last long, though. My big question is resources. The taps aren't working. Does anyone have something to eat or drink? I do. I have a full bottle of water in my purse, and I haven't opened it yet. I can definitely share it. That's a new miracle. I only have one request. Go ahead. I also have a smaller bottle of juice. I'll share the water, but I'll keep the other one for my son, if you don't mind. He doesn't like water. How can someone not like water? It's tasteless. There's plenty of people who aren't fans of water. Actually, possibly for that reason. Shh. Everyone has their quirks. Let him do as he wants. No problem. I understand that the kid needs more attention than us. Thank you. He really needs it, and I don't want him to be bad-tempered. It's not a good time for that. So it's not much, but we have one of the essentials. We can't live more than 2 or 3 days without water, whereas on average, humans can survive around a month without eating, if he doesn't tax his reserves. So we have less than 2 or 3 days left after finishing the bottle before dying of dehydration. Yay! I have another concern. If the taps aren't working, there must be a hole in the water mains inlet, which means a leak. In the situation of a terrorist bomb, it can be due to the damaging of electric circuits that leads to another explosion. What annoys me is that we don't know exactly where this leak is. We could get flooded at any moment. If an electric cable has been damaged, that would electrocute us as well. By staying, we might be signing our own death warrant. But we have no way of knowing that, so I have no clue about our survival chances. The future looks quite grim for us. Yes, that is true. But I don't want to die here. Dave looked pale all of a sudden. He looked terrified and was shaking like a leaf. Well, I'm sure plenty of people would feel that way. He rushed to the sealed exit and pounded on the debris. I knew he was going to scream. It's useless, you know. You'll only exhaust yourself. The rescue team won't hear you from above since we're underground. I'm sure they'll come with sensors anyway, so they'll know where we are. For now, let's save our energy, okay? We'll scream only when we hear their voices calling out to us. Do you think we can escape on our own? Well, I don't know if it's humanly possible to clear out the collapsed zone, and I can definitely say we can't climb out either. So no, let's say we can't do much. Let's wait for the rescue team. Who knows? They might already be on their way. I just think it'll be safer to set up as far as possible from the ruins. We don't want them falling on our heads. Anyway, let's cooperate. If we want to get out of here alive, our best chance is to help one another and stick together. I may not be in the army anymore, but I promise that I'll put your protection as my top priority. As I finished talking, I saw all of them pull a face. I knew they were a bit demotivated, but the truth is always better than a pretty lie. Even so, I had to reassure them a little. I'm sure the rescue team will be here soon. We only have to wait. The most important thing right now is to maintain harmony inside our group. We can't let fear or sadness get the better of us. Let's try to pass the time as pleasantly as we can. Oh, we can play I Spy. I spy something gray. The wall. Everyone nodded silently. I thought that they were agreeing, but didn't necessarily know how to strike up a conversation. I had to set an example. He already said while he was sleeping. I'll thank Alicia for, for sharing her stuff. Thanks again for sharing your water, Alicia. You're saving us. Don't mention it. I'm sure anyone would have done the same in this situation. You'd be surprised. Anyway, let's talk about something less gloomy, shall we? Like, I don't know, what are your hobbies? I don't really have hobbies. How's that possible? What do you do to pass the time then? I don't have free time anymore, so I don't relax either. I usually collapse on the sofa when I come home and watch TV for an hour before falling asleep. That's it. Rough lifestyle, huh? But you can count watching TV as a hobby, right? I don't know. My mind is so blank after work, and watching a screen helps me rest a bit. I try to watch documentaries as often as I can. I don't like reality TV that much. Yeah, fair. I admit I'm ashamed of myself. I used to love reading, and now I don't have the mental strength to touch a book anymore. I'm sorry. I can't really chat about pleasant stuff to lift everyone's spirits. Don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. And you're certainly not the only one who can't afford the luxury of time. Though, I'm not a good example given how old I am. But you're younger in your head, right? Absolutely. You and I are gonna get along well. If I can do anything to lift your spirits, just tell me, Alicia. Thanks, you're too kind. But if you're so busy with work, who's taking care of your son? Do you maintain your role as a mother? You maintain your role as a mother, don't you? Well, it's a good question. He has a point. If you're working 24/7, um, then how do you find time with your son? Everyone looked at each other, jaded. It was clear as crystal that Dave was the kind of person who tended to be rather tactless. There was a long pause in the conversation. No one wanted to talk anymore, and even Dave felt there was something awkward in the air and avoided going on. Oh. The thin silence went on for a while, nobody knowing how to start the conversation again. After what felt like an eternity, a stomach growled. It was Hanson's. Come to think of it, I'm starting to get a bit hungry too. Now could be a good time to have a meal. A meal of air? Delicious, but not very nourishing. I have 6 biscuits on me. Let's share them along with the water. What? You have all the supplies? How in the world? Oh, golly. That's awesome. You're awesome, Alicia. What does menu do? Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna call it call it done for today. I probably should have made 2 save files, given that I had to choose who I would start the conversation with, but you know what, it's too late. I'll save one more time for happiness, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.